Got a little mail call today. Always wanted a KitchenAid slow cooker. Every Christmas since I was 10 years old, I've been asking Santa Claus for one of these. Finally, today, my dreams have been fulfilled. I can die a happy man, and yada yada. So anyway, the truth is we had a anonymous donor who donated some cool stuff to the Stomper Museum. I mean, to me, basically, I guess, to keep things going, do some giveaways, I guess. They really didn't specify too much, so more or less they gave me their extra stuff. I don't know what's in here. I do know that the anonymous donor spent $110 to ship this. People complain all the time because they have to pay $20 for a track set or something like that. This was $110.05 to get this box shipped. Of course, it's express priority. It was due in yesterday. So he won the internet. He won it all because this was guaranteed to be here yesterday. Didn't show up till today, so he gets a 100% refund, in my understanding, and will get his $110 back. So that'll be awesome. So at least something worked out. I mean, he was a real good dude to send some stuff, and then even better dude to pay that kind of money to get it here quick. And I think it's just fitting that he gets a refund. So there's all this popcorn in here, but I'm gonna tell you guys, I've ate a lot of this. It's just not very good. It's not Orville Redenbacher by far. It must be like Great Value or Cost Cutter or something. It just doesn't have the flavor it used to have. So just putting that out there, not to eat it. All right, first bag. Wow, it's a severed head. Let me move this stuff down so I can get this out. Shoe Show Mega. Never heard of it. Wow. Lifetime supply of Big Mac Stompers. And chassis out to Wuzop. What do they call it? Chassis out to Hoo-Ha, or anyway. Whoa. Looks like some of the stuff used to be mine. I think that's one of my trailers. Guess he doesn't like it. There's another guy that does printing on eBay also, and he sells his stuff. I mean, it's dirt cheap. I can't compete with it. I don't know how. You know, some of these items like this, the trailer itself might not cost $2 to print. The tires, you know, you figure you got to buy mold stuff and everything, so you might have $1 in those or $2 or something. Then you got to buy axles and then the rims. I mean, it adds up. So I don't see how guys can sell this stuff for $10. It's not worth turning on the printer. Electricity's high. Some of these guys don't consider any of the other things involved in 3D printing. So I don't want to go down that road, but I'm just saying it's impossible for me to turn it on. Now, one thing, some of these guys are retired or they have real jobs, so they can afford to do this stuff for nothing. But I just can't do it. I got to make a living. And hey, look at the blue tape. Ain't it pretty? I think I'm gonna try to save the blue tape for Rodney Martin. He loves blue tape. He will be your best friend if you use blue tape. Just saying. So we'll save that next time I mail him something. He'll have to buy some of this stuff from me just to get that blue tape. Matter of fact, he'll probably buy the blue tape and I'll just throw in a Stomper. How about that? Holy crap. Well, there's a case of Stompers. Really wasn't expecting that cool of a score here. So let's set that out of the way. This is a lot bigger than I expected. I kind of feel guilty a little bit for people sending me stuff. I mean, we're basically just a Facebook group. We're a group of guys, and we all collect and try to enjoy the hobby and try to be as friendly as we can. Sometimes we're a competition for one another. So there's a bit of a battle going on where we all battle one another to win. But in the end, I think that we are all friendly with one another and get along good. And I appreciate anyone thinking of me. Just the thought of sending me a bunch of stuff blows my mind. I'll probably go over some more with the guy who sent this stuff and see if there's not something I can do for him. He's bought from me a bunch of times and he's a great guy, an awesome buyer. Hardly ever squawks about the prices or anything like that. So to send me this stuff is just awesome. Man, I'm getting all my 3D prints back today. My guess is he's bought a Stomper collection from someone, and these were on the trucks. And he's kind of a purist, which I don't blame him. I am too. Hey, that's pretty cool. I may have to secretly keep a couple of these for myself. I know he's watching. More water demons. That one's in nice shape. You know, I used to not like these water demon bodies. I didn't really understand these. They're not a truck. They're not I mean, they're not 4x4s. They're not boats. It's like, what are these supposed to be? Nobody knows. But I started collecting the truck versions with the truck bodies on them, and I was pretty happy with those for the most part. And at first I put 4x4 tires on them and things like that, trying to get them to look more like 4x4s, but I finally gave up and just broke down and started collecting them. And a lot of times you can pick these up pretty cheap. I mean, there's certain ones that go high because everybody's looking for them, but for the most part, some of these commons, I mean, you might get one of these complete running for $20. And people are always complaining about the prices in the Stomper hobby, but to be honest, it's not that bad if you watch what you buy and you collect stuff smart. You can save a lot of money. That's in pretty nice shape. But anyway, you can go on there and hunt around, and if you're pretty savvy, you'll find some good deals. And prices are kind of coming down right now. This tax season was probably the worst one I have seen. Normally there's a big boom in the hobby this time of year because of taxes and stuff. But this year we haven't seen that, or I haven't noticed it. And I think a lot of it's with the war stuff going on and whatever else that's happening in the world. People are holding on to their money. Gas prices are high right now. So everybody's throwing a fit about that. It's just one of those things where it hurts the hobby a little bit because some of us can only buy when we sell stuff. And what I mean by that is, like myself, for example, I have to work at it to buy this stuff. I'm not rich by far. I see a lot of comments where people are like, "Oh, the rich guys they're getting all the Stompers." Not necessarily. I don't do bad online. I sell quite a bit of stuff, but I have a lot of overhead and things like that going on. But we live in a mobile home. I've got a 30 by 50 pole barn here. Got a little carport. We downsized here about 4 years ago, and we've been better for it. Pretty happy. I would rather have, I think at this point in my life, my kids have moved out except for one. I got a teenage son. I think for the most part, I would rather live in a small home and my taxes be cheap and have time. I'm already 50 years old. Time. I mean, the hourglass is flipped over and half of it's went out. And at my age, I can't take all this stuff with me, so I'm just trying to enjoy it a day at a time. And I don't want it to be a big burden on my wife and my kid, but I think that if something happens to me, she'll be savvy. She can throw some of my Stompers on the internet, or get a hold of a couple guys that are real big into it and see if they're interested in some key pieces. She's not going to have any money in this stuff. It's all money that I've already spent. So anything she gets out of this stuff, if something happens to me, is going to be an asset for her. It'll be a plus. So I think it'll be all right. And so I'm just living it day to day, trying to keep it real. I remember him posting that one on the group. Wow, man, this box keeps going. I cannot believe the stuff in here. I definitely got my work cut out for me, getting everything running and all that sort of thing, but it's part of the fun. Sometimes I sit here at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when I get a lot in like this. I'm so wound up and excited. I'd almost swear that used to be mine. No, maybe not. It's not bad condition though. For a van, it's pretty decent. But anyway, like I said, people they misunderstand. They see a lot of stuff. They see you buying stuff, doing mail calls, and they think, well, this guy's got a lot of dough. But that's not the case. I have a lot of stuff. I don't have a lot of dough. But when things when the money starts to drop off and I need a little money to buy some more Stompers or something like that, I get out here and I hustle. I sell a couple things. I sell my doubles or whatever I've got to do to be able to stay afloat in the hobby. And somehow, along the way, I've become some sort of a leader that I never really planned on being any kind of a leader in the hobby at all. Never planned on becoming a big name in the hobby or whatever, if you want to do quotations. I think I was just excited. And I remembered the fun of Stompers from when I was a kid, and I just wanted to kind of give back. I wanted to get in there. I wanted to put more information out than what was there. Try to make it more fun, because what I found when I joined, the fun was the Stomper, but when you get on the groups, they had these little cliques, and they're still there. I hate it that it's like high school, but we're supposed to be grown men. My wife laughs all the time when I tell her some of the stuff that's going on. She's like, you guys are grown men and you're acting like babies. But anyway, there was all these little cliques going on. Everybody knew one another and I didn't know anybody. And, I was there for a while, put in my time, paid my dues, was buying lots of Stompers. And then people seemed like they wanted me to conform to their way. And I don't mind, because groups have rules and I totally get that. But sometimes it just gets to be like a bullying contest. Let's see how many people we can warn today, or kind of like a power trip. It's like I'm a hall monitor now. I've got a badge, I got some keys, and now I'm gonna see how many people I can smack on the head with a baton today or something, you know. And I just didn't get into that, and I let it go for quite a while, and it got to the point where um, I had to say something, and then once I said no and didn't go along, didn't play ball, then I was an outcast, and that's just what it's been like ever since then. I wanted to join the reindeer games, but I had a big red nose now, and they weren't going to let me. So I just did my own thing, and fortunately, it's been fairly successful, and it's been a lot of fun. And obviously, there's been some drama along the way. There always is. There's always someone that just can't handle that you're happy, and they don't like you having fun. They want you to be miserable like them. And I got to remind myself when the drama comes, that's what's going on. But for the most part, I don't plan on selling out. Nobody's got enough money to buy what I've got anyway. I mean, just being honest. I've spent a lot of money over several years collecting up certain things, and some of it I've paid up above what I could get out of it now. And I think when it comes down to it, it would just be hard to get rid of some of it. Some of it I've looked for a long time. Some of it I've had to collect. I bought one and I thought, this is the one. I'm totally happy. I don't need another one. And then I find a nicer one and I buy it. And I think, okay, now I'll sell my old one and I've got an upgrade. And I don't need to buy another one now. I've got a perfect one. Well, then something else pops up, even nicer. I mean, fresh off the cart or fresh out of a box condition. So then I do it all over again. And so sometimes I've done that over with one Stomper. It might have took 3 years to upgrade that to the point where I've got a mint condition one. And I have sold the old ones off and usually make my money back, or, you know, close. So, you know, I've still got money in it, but it's one of those things where it's like that time that it took to find that, the watching eBay constantly, working deals at midnight with people overseas and everything else trying to get stuff here. You never get that money back, and we never consider that, but I do. I think about it a lot, and I'm like, when I sell this, that means I've sold myself. I've sold my time. So anyway, I'm rambling a bit today. I guess I was in a chatterbox mood, getting it off my chest. Anyway, the anonymous donor is awesome, and I wish we could tell who it is. Some people might figure it out. Hopefully you don't tell, because he doesn't want it to be known. He's told me to keep it anonymous. And again, I don't know why someone would send me all this stuff expecting nothing other than they're just a great person. And I'm going to have to get, this is way more than I thought. I thought it was just going to be some clunkers and stuff and needing a lot of repairs and things, but there's some quality here, some pretty good stuff, and I'm kind of torn on my emotions. You know, I feel really good about it. I'm excited to see some cool stuff coming in here, but then on the other hand, I'm kind of saddened that, you know, not everyone is in the position to get this sort of a gift, and I think I definitely want to share with the group. I believe that's what the anonymous donor had in mind. So there's going to be some giveaways for sure, some giveaway contests that is. So maybe some of the people that don't have a lot of Stompers can maybe have a contest just for them. Let's say like if you became a member in the last 6 months, we'll have a contest just for you. I'm just spitballing here, but Um, that's the kind of thing I'm thinking of. Maybe throw together some contests. Uh, that's the way it'll help the museum too. Uh, Not that I'm looking to promote the museum, but obviously the fun level's been down lately. Prices are down. People can't sell anything. They're getting a little bit bummed. When people can't sell anything, they can't buy more. So, maybe we can get some activity and get some freebies up. I'll make up some more museum stickers, possibly t-shirts. I've got a few t-shirts left that I couldn't sell. I've got some calendars left. So I don't know. I've just been bummed and haven't felt like doing anything lately. And it seems like we only get comments when we do free stuff. So it bugs me a little bit that it's that way, that people are only there for free stuff. And I don't want to feel like I'm paying people to be there by giving them free stuff. So, let's get it back to fun. Get some activity going. I know it's spring and summer and we're all outside. I've been building a deck for the last few days, so I've been super busy trying to keep up with that and everything. But again, like I said, I'm rambling a bit. I know it's just an unboxing video and I'm going over a lot of different things, but it's just stuff that's been on my mind and I thought I'd throw it out there. Wow. Cool stuff, guys. Hopefully see some cool stuff coming up. Anyway, till then, Stomper on.